Hello friends, welcome to our digital broker. Today we'll be talking about how to choose a stockbroker in India. With so many options these days, full service stockbrokers, discount stockbrokers, bank based stockbrokers, everybody shouting out loud that they are best in one thing or the other, it can be difficult and a tough choice to make, especially if you're trying to enter the market for the first time. However, there are few key areas that you can consider and finally narrow down onto some of the preferences that suit you well and then finalize a stockbroker for yourself. Before jumping into finalizing a stockbroker, we think you should ask yourself a set of these three questions. Are you open to learn from scratch? Trading is something which will take time. The education is not magic. It will take months for you to grasp the basics and fundamentals and then take over the world. And yes, you can definitely do that if you are persistently putting in time and effort to learn the basics, fundamentals, and finally on to the advanced strategies. Secondly, you must know whether you are a trader or an investor. Not many people don't understand the difference. Trader is somebody who is here for a short-term profit. He will come every day and find something which is profitable and go away. Investment is a long-term strategy. You'll buy some stocks and forget it forever. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, you will reap your profits. But both of these strategies will take a lot of technical analysis. But before that, make sure that you understand the difference and understand which segment class you personally are into. If you're a trader, then you have a different set of preferences from the stockbroker, while an investor is absolutely a different person who needs something very, very specific from the concerned stockbroker. Finally, you would need to ask yourself this: will you trade on your own? That basically means, are you going to rely on your stockbroker by placing calls and using the call and trade facility, which is not bad. A lot of people do that. Or you are going to trade on your own using the trading platforms across devices. So there are so many decent mobile apps these days coming up from some of the stockbrokers, and people during their office times, during their busy hours, find some time and use the mobile app and trade directly on their own. So are you that sort of a person who is going to rely on trading platforms, or you want somebody who has a good customer service and call and trade facility, which is also quick enough that they place the trade at the right moment? So these are the few questions you must ask and get yourself answers with. Once you're sure, okay, that you have finalized the answers of these, then going forward in this video, it will be much easier for you to figure out this stockbroker works for you and this does not. This specific requirement works for you and this does not. This type of stockbroker works for you and this does not. So there are different things attached together, and we will unfold every sort of a preference one by one. There's no particular order to this. We are not saying this is ranking 1 or this is ranking 2. These are a list of preferences people look at and then finalize on the top 3 or 4 specific requirements, and then figure out which stockbroker has the best of those. We'll also give you some examples while we walk through different preferences on good and bad, so that it's easier for you to research and understand and then finally nail down onto the specific stockbroker that works for you. Let's move on. First thing first, you need to check whether the brokerage and the other charges are significantly high or good enough for you to enter into the market. There are stockbrokers who charge you as high as 1500 rupees as account opening charges and maintenance charges, while there are few who are opening accounts for free these days. There are brokerage houses who charge you percentages of your trade value, which we call as full service stockbrokers. And then there are flat rate brokerage houses who will charge you a specific fixed rate that's very much explicit at the very start, and for every trade, irrespective of the trade value, you will be charged that particular amount, and that class of stockbrokers is called discount brokers. You will also need to make sure that there are no hidden charges. Every sort of charge must be explicit, and you must request your service provider to give you every charge in email so that it's very transparent and clear at the very start. Next thing you need to look at is the trading platforms, especially if you're going to do the trading on your own. This is important from the fact that every stockbroker provides some sort of trading platform, but a lot of them just give away for the sake of it. There are only a few stockbrokers who are seriously working on the performance and quality of their trading platforms across devices. Few stockbrokers such as Fires, Zerodha, Angel Broking, Upstocks are trying to put up some sort of innovation when it comes to user experience and speed and performance of the trading platform, while there are others few who are just living on NSE based stock trading platforms, which are not bad, but there is very small room of improvement in that particular class of trading platforms. Then we have initial deposit. Now this is not a huge concern because you can always get it back, but the point is how much money you will put in first will decide how much percentage of brokerage gets generated out of it. So for example, we'll take Angel Broking. Angel Broking has 4 plans: 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 1 lakh. So these are initial deposits for that matter. Lesser the initial deposit, higher the brokerage charge you need to give. So if you choose 10,000, your brokerage can go as high as 0.45%. If your initial deposit is 1 lakh, your brokerage can be as less as 0.15 to 0.16%. We're talking about delivery specifically for this example. So it really depends, especially for full service stockbrokers, when it comes to deciding the initial deposit and the corresponding brokerage for that particular plan. There is research team expertise. Research teams are generally associated with full service stockbrokers. Discount stockbrokers do not provide any sort of research or recommendation to their clients. So deciding on which full service stockbroker which has their prominent research team works the best for you is kind of difficult. But it can be made easy by the fact that looking at the credibility of the research team experts there, how many people are coming on business channels such as CNBC Awaaz or NDTV Profit, and then how many people are putting in journals, publishing in articles in newspapers. So how much visibility itself, in a sense, the research team has, and basically you can get some cues based on these particular aspects. We have a dedicated article written at earlylistablogger.com specifically for the top stockbrokers with the best research teams in the country. You can check that out. We'll soon also be coming up with a video on this particular subject. Just for this video, we'll give you some examples. Some of the known ones are Anand Rathi, Angel Broking, Religare Securities. So these are some of the stockbrokers who are having a good hold when it comes to the research part of stockbroking. Nextly, we have fund transfer process. Now, it's not an important factor honestly, but it's something very tedious on a day-to-day trading when you are, especially when you are a new entrant into the market. What will happen is that you would need to transfer your funds from your bank account to a trading account every time when your initial deposit runs out of tank. So this can be made easy with the help of bank stockbrokers. So bank stockbrokers such as ICICI Direct or HDFC Securities or Axis Securities. So there are so many of them. You can get in touch with any of these stockbrokers just to figure out this particular concern. And what they will provide you is a 3-in-1 Demat account, which will link your trading account with your bank account directly, and the fund transfer will happen automatically on a regular basis. So this particular aspect cannot be solved by a full service mainstream broker or a discount stockbroker. At the same time, having said that, there are so many payment gateways these days who are trying to solve this issue. So just check with your prospective stockbroker what kind of process they follow when it comes to funds transfer and how it's easy, how difficult it is, and then you can take goes on that by yourself from there. Next up is the customer service. Customer service is okay honestly when it comes to discount stockbrokers, but it has to be very recently done as far as the full service stockbrokers is concerned. Well, customer service can be decided on the factors such as the turnaround time people generally take, how many channels of customer service a particular stockbroker has. In these days, some of the stockbrokers are coming up with bots for that matter, so that some of the basic queries such as your account statement or your transactions report can be handed out to you directly through a bot. There's no manual intervention in such case of queries. Other ways, you can check out how the social media or how the overall web response of the queries has been taken care of. Then you can also check out the phone calls, the chatting facility, and the email support. So there are different ways you can get in touch with the stockbroker and check out the turnaround time. Then we have the offline presence. Offline presence can just be associated with the full service stockbrokers only, and this is something which is very crucial to them. This is for the simple reason that offline presence serves as a USP or unique selling point for the full service stockbroker. It's also a differentiating factor because a discount stockbroker doesn't really provide you any offline help. Everything in case of discount stockbroker is done online. With offline presence through stockbrokers, subbroker and franchise network, they create a sense of tangibility. It creates a trust factor, and at the same time clients can get regularly in touch with the local subbroker to stay updated and get their queries resolved. Next up is the brand reputation. This is something which is really important, but a lot of times it gets under the carpet for different reasons. You must make sure that the stockbroker you are talking to is a registered one by SEBI. Stockbroking is a very regulated market in India, and SEBI puts in a lot of controls every year to come up with the measures to make sure that there are no frauds and scams happening. However, within prominent stockbrokers, these things do happen. So make sure that you've done a decent amount of background research on the stockbroker you're finalizing. This is a very important step, and you can take some time while deciding that stockbroker is a clean chit or has some scams going on in the past. You can also get in touch with us at adityablogger.com/free callback broker choice. Provide your details there and we will set up few callbacks from some of the prominent stockbroking houses in the country. This is it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. In case you liked it, please press the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate that. For future videos, please subscribe to our channel, Our Digital Blogger. Also, click on the notifications checkbox so that you get notified right away as soon as a new video is published. You can let us know any specific queries or concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Have a great time ahead. Bye bye.